Mika, 5 points out of a possible 8 on the road trip, but the way this ended, I would imagine it probably feels less than satisfying.
Yeah. Lost a 2-0 lead, lost a 3-2 lead, and we have a chance on the power play to kind of close it out. We don't, and they capitalize on their power play. And some chance in overtime, and yeah, this one stings.
The PK had been perfect in the last 5 games. They scored twice today. What did they do to take advantage?
I mean, the second goal was, or their tying goal was a rush goal. So, and the first one, I have to go back and look at it. I can't remember exactly how it was, but yeah, it's unfortunate that it comes in and at this point.
The second period, they had 18 shots on goal. You had 3. What did they do to take advantage of what was happening out there?
I think it was just, the puck management from our side was just not good, and I think, I really believe in this group. I think when we're playing our game, obviously teams are going to get their momentum and whatnot, but I think we're feeding into it a little bit too much. And can we clean that up? I think it's going to look a little bit different rather than the win one, lose one. So we got to clean that up and just realize what we are and what we do when we're good. So it's tight one here until next one.
You cleaned it up yourself early in the third period by scoring the way you did. Is that an example of what you're talking about, just going more north-south?
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit different situation, obviously, but I think just in the second period, especially with the long changes, I think we don't make it easy on ourselves. We make it hard, and we make it really easy for them. So that's something we got to stop doing, and it's all up to ourselves. It's I don't think we're. I mean, we've shown that we're capable of playing good hockey. It's just sticking to it, and sometimes it's boring, but it's going to pay off in the long run, and that's what we have to stick to.
Henrik, on the game-tying goal with 1.5 minutes left, couldn't really tell whether it hit something or changed position. What from your perspective, happened?
No, it was more the screen. It became a reaction shot instead of a shot. Most shots you read, and that became a reaction shot, and I was just too slow to pick it up.
They had so much of the advantage in the second period, only scoring once on 18 shots on goal. The consensus seemed to be it was more what you guys weren't doing. What differed between the first and second periods?
I think we had a little more turnovers in the second, and both in our own end and around their blue line, and that's why they kept coming back at us, and a lot of their chances, it was from our mistakes, but we managed to get out of the period 2-2, and then we put ourselves in a pretty good spot, 2-2 on the road, and Mika scores another big goal. So it's right now it's very disappointing. Personally, I felt really good throughout the game. It's just not able to come up with the last save in the shootout or the tying goal there. Like I said, it became a reaction shot, and with some puck luck, you get a win here. But right now, I'm not getting that extra bounce to get a win.
You say just very disappointing. You guys were 2-1-1, 5 of possible 8 points on a West Coast road trip. Is that kind of a sign of where this team is at, that you're not satisfied?
Yeah, I think we need to. Every time you have an opportunity to get 2 points, you're not going to be right there every night. But I think right now we're playing good hockey and putting ourselves in a spot where we can get the 2 points. So and personally, obviously, I want to be part of it and try to help and get wins. And like I said, it just hasn't bounced my way last week or so. But I feel like I'm doing a lot of good things and try to control what I can control.
On the goal that Goodbranson scored in the second, do you tip your cap to Henrik for waiting you out like that, or is there something you would have done?
When I commit to him and he just holds on to it, I have 2 choices there: let him go and probably go around the net and put it in an empty net. So I have to attack him, and then when he puts it in the middle, I'm obviously way out of position. I kind of play the percentage there: let him go and go around the net, or hope for a clear in front. Unfortunately, ended up in their sticks. So. Yeah.
If you win the shootout, do you feel completely different about this game, the first 65 minutes?
What do you mean?
If you win the shootout.
Oh, if you win. Win is a win. You know, I thought we battled against a team that played pretty physical, and at times it was really good. At times we just had to like I said, battle, and that's what you do. A lot of games. You know, it's not going to be perfect, but we managed to again put ourselves in that spot to earn 2 points. So that's a good thing. The disappointing thing is we didn't get the 2.
Let's call this really disappointing. You get 5 points out of 8, 2-1-1 on the West Coast. Is that you want to hear that after a game like today?
Yes, I do, because it is disappointing. You know, we had an opportunity to end this on a really positive note, and we ended it on a disappointing note. You know, obviously I thought we got off to a good start with a really good first period, and then I thought we really struggled in the second. I mean, that really was, you know, we were fortunate to get out of that period 2-2, and then I thought we had a really strong third, and had some great chances in overtime and just weren't able to capitalize.
This has happened before. Was it more self-inflicted? Do you write off the second period, at least in part, to them surging the other team?
Yeah, you always want to give the other team credit because they picked the pace up. They fed off their second goal, and I thought we got a little demoralized by the fact that we gave up that goal so early in the period. And we just, the penalties also played a factor in the way the period evolved. But I really, again, I mean, we've talked about this. I like how we kind of, put a stop to it and had a really good third period.
Did you sense at that point a team at the end of a long road trip here, or was that?
No, I mean, my third period was a good one, and boy, we had some great chances to make it 4-2. I mean, we didn't stop once we made it 3-2. We really, they had a little surge after we made it 3-2, where I thought we defended pretty well, and then I thought we spent had some great shifts in the offensive zone and had chances to make it 4-2. And we had the power play. The power play struggled tonight, and obviously they got 2 power play goals. So the special teams was the deciding factor tonight.
It's a fact of life, but do you think it's odd that your home mood on this ride home is going to be different because of a skills competition?
Yeah, a little ironic. It's just, would have liked to have come out with 2 points, and you wish it didn't get to the shootout. And, we just, we'll be looking back at it, looking back at some situations that we should have been better in, and some of it was definitely self-inflicted.
PK had been pretty good, but tonight, just what was different tonight?
Well, we didn't finish killing the first one, and then we just kind of made a bad read on the initial rush. We were doing a really good job killing that penalty, and we've talking about on the initial rush absorbing the rush instead of jumping forward. And if you're going to move forward, you better get the body or the puck, and we got neither. And it was just a kind of a tough shot too, a little bit of a screen, and just one of those things. We've unfortunately when we struggle on the PK, it seems to come in bunches within a game. So. This one certainly didn't help us tonight.
Henrik seemed to take this one pretty hard. What's your thoughts? He hasn't had a lot of action of late, but the way he played tonight in general.
Yeah, listen, he made some big saves for us. Knowing him the way he does, I know he probably wants to make one more save, and he's, he wants to get into a rhythm. We want to get him into a rhythm, and again, he made some big saves when we needed it. It could have been 3-4-2 during the course of that second period, and I just wish we were able to play better for him in that second period.
Feeling that Zibanejad is getting on a roll here?
Yeah, he's starting to really find his groove and look like he did before the injury.
These can be challenging trips. Does 2-1-1 sort of raise the bar of expectation a little bit when you do what you did out here?
Yeah, I think so. I think you come into this situation tonight. We talked about it as a group, and again, I thought we came out of the gate strong, and obviously scored 10 seconds in the game and followed up with another one. I mean, we were ready to play, and we wanted 6 points. We really did. We wanted 6 points, but I guess taking 5 isn't a bad trip. I guess you always think about going 500, but you can't do what everybody else is doing if you want to do something special. So, we almost got the 6th, but 2-1-1 we'll take. It's over 500 on the trip, and now we got to get some rest and get ready for Nashville.
Dave, you switched up your lines again, which you do often, but Chris ended up on the bottom line. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, just a couple reasons. I thought I didn't love the way some certain guys were playing and wanted to get a little bit of different mix. So,
did you feel like with Chris where he was that you kind of almost lengthened the lineup, though? I mean,
yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at those lines, we look a little bit deeper with those 4 lines. And, being the 4th game on a 4-game road trip, the third period, I really wanted to play 4 lines, so that was part of the decision-making process. And, I thought all those lines were effective.